whole Zen Buddhism for the past 1500 years, China, Japan, and Korea. Now the question is this: what do you mean by being enlightened to your own Buddha nature? That's the biggest question. And the Zen school eventually divided into many branches. There are four major ones, like gradual cultivation and gradual enlightenment, which is called the Northern School. And there's a Newton School, where the emptiness is emphasized, which is one of the main teachings of Buddhism, called the shunyata, emptiness. And the third school is called the Hungcho School, which put emphasis on the functioning of the Buddha mind mainly, and saying mind is Buddha. Don't try to get any enlightenment to the truth or Buddha mind outside of your mind. Your mind is the Buddha. And then the fourth line is called the Hoze School, which, even though didn't survive the end of Tang Dynasty, which came to the fifth patriarch of Huayan Buddhism, and also fifth patriarch of Zen Buddhism is one person, Hoze School, which is Xuan Hui. He taught actually the summary and the good point of all the other Zen schools. However, that didn't survive. And after death of Zongmi, 400 years after that one, there's a Korean Zen master, Chinul. It was 13th century, yes, and who found the gem and the treasure in the teaching of the Xuan Hui, and he developed their school. Now, according to that teaching, the main point is a sudden enlightenment and a gradual cultivation. That's the main point of the Hoze School. But what do you mean by sudden enlightenment in that Hoze School? Is like understanding the truth, seeing the ultimate truth of the universe, including the principle of your mind and the ultimate truth of the whole universe. Seeing the nature simply means that nature is English translation from the Chinese Xing, which is the Chinese translation from the Sanskrit word svabhava, self-nature. Self-nature means self-essence. Self-essence of anything. Pick anything in the world and see what is the essence or substance, if you want, which can exist all by itself. And Nagarjuna taught that there's no such a thing in the world, including your life, body, your feelings, volitional activities, consciousness. All these are empty of their own inherent existence. They arise according to the conditions, the environment, and so on, and stay for a while and disappear, like the waves on the surface of the ocean. The other day we went to St. Pete Beach, and I had some kind of feeling of human life is like this: waves come and go. It's a matter of time. Human beings live like about 100 years if you live long, otherwise you live short. But from the point of eternity, human life, 100 years is very short. Not much different from those waves arising and disappearing. But what is truth is this: but there's an ocean which doesn't disappear. Gulf of Mexico, the water, body of the water, that doesn't disappear. Only the waves come and go. Our mind arises from what is called the Buddha nature, which is like the water, body of the water in the Gulf of Mexico, And so the term self-nature is heavy word, really heavy, svabhava, because all those philosophers tried to find out what is the ultimate reality of the things in the world. What is the ultimate reality? Which can exist forever, something. But Nagarjuna and his school taught there is no such a thing. Everything comes to the world, to the universe, in accordance with the law of dependent originations. Dependent originations. I remember Thich Nhat Hanh, the Vietnamese Zen master, saying, when I hold this sheet of paper, I see clouds passing. This is the meaning of everything is identical with everything else, the universe. Why? Of course, this sheet of paper comes from a tree. And where did the tree come? From the water, earth and so on. But without water, the tree cannot grow. Where did the water come? It comes from clouds. So if you hold a sheet of paper, certainly you can see. I don't see it, but Thich Nhat Hanh saw it. If you're enlightened, you will see that too. Enlightenment. Enlightenment to the ultimate truth of the whole universe. That is the main point of the Buddhist teaching, and especially Zen Buddhism. And the history of Buddhist philosophy is simply the history of the question of being and non-being, existence and non-existence. Why are there things in the world, and where are they coming, and where are they going, including human lives, human beings. Now I see my son is like 29 years old, 30 years old. In 10 years, he will be 40 years old, and I will be gone by the time. It goes so fast. I thought, when I see my son, he was a little, baby, and so it was just like yesterday, but already time ticking continuously. Life is getting older without pausing a second. Actually, we are moving toward our own tombs, if you're going to have a tomb, without pausing a second. Isn't that awful? We are just going to our own tombs. Now, I'm not going to have a tomb. I'm going to I'm going to ask someone to cremate my body. But anyway, whatever that is, without pausing a second, we are moving. Then we should ask how I can have the power of the freedom of mind. If I don't have the freedom of mind, I'll be dragged by the law of karma. And so, according to the deliverance service, again, Buddhas and Bodhisattvas have the power of freedom of mind so that they can handle their future as they like. If they want to come to the world, they can come. If they want to stay in the nirvana, they'll stay there. But ordinary, unenlightened beings don't have the spiritual power to control their future. What does that mean? There's law of karma, so that if you create a certain thought, you say something, and also you do certain things that create the karma. I started the story of a woman whose child died. Why did the child die while others are growing?